All right.
Everybody's good.
All right.
Sounds good. Let me call up this chat. Chat's up.
Are we gonna do any food things?
We do. It's Fudgios.
Fudgios, caramel or maple candies. Calling up the chat. 5 of 6. Hello, people.
Chitting, chatting.
Hello, people. 5 of 6 people.
What is a diamond? Did we win a diamond? What is that?
New campaign is available. Make a short review and earn. I don't know what that means.
What would we earn?
Well, you earn money. It's like
Actual
like
money you
review
can spend or
games.
like
Hello,
game-
It's mostly
everybody.
for gamers.
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Hello from Australia. Hi there, everyone.
Hey, welcome to our podcast live stream.
Hi, everybody. We're not on the stream yet. It's just our
Welcome to our chat
little thing
prior to the live stream.
prior to live stream chat. Jay, how you doing, buddy? We're gonna eat some more of your food.
Yeah, Jay, like you're gonna have to fucking go running with me or something, man. Like things are getting real.
Oh. Anton, hello. You're in
Hey.
Chicago, Anton. Drink some Malort, buddy.
Yeah, bud.
Malort's where it's at.
Hope you guys all enjoy some quality social distance time.
This is perfect for social distancing,
This
distancing,
is.
to be perfectly honest. This is exactly it. Florida Men Podcast. Hello, Joel. Holly, how you doing? Amanda, what's going on?
Do you know the reason that there's a Florida man is because there's a sunshine law in Florida, which makes it easier for news outlets to find information about people that are arrested? It's not because, like, you know, that, like, Florida man does a crazy thing. It's like, it's not because Florida's any crazier. It's just because they have, like, laws that are more transparent.
Oh, so we get to find out the
You just
wacko
find out more. Yeah.
who wrestled a crocodile and
Yeah.
put a T-shirt on it and drove around down the street. You get to find out about
That's it.
that.
They're called
Okay.
sunshine laws. It's just because they shine the light, you know?
Oh, interesting.
On, like, yeah, that's it. It's crazy. Yeah. Italy? Somebody from Italy? God damn.
Hi there, Nebraska.
Newfoundland, Canada. I would love to be in fucking Newfoundland right now where, like, nobody lives.
Yeah, hoping nobody finds you.
This is like, seriously, like, this is like World War Z times. You're just like the more, like, remote
More
you
rural
normally
you are,
live.
the
You're just
better
like,
off you are.
I live
Washington-
in Montana anyway.
Yeti, Washington State.
Holy
That's a rough
shit.
place right now.
You're going to,
Seattle
Good
for
luck.
Michelle.
woo.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
Utah Jazz player that infected. Oh, that was so funny. Did you see this?
I know that
So
somebody was
Gobert,
infected.
his name is, as a joke, went out to go touch all the mics and stuff. He went out and touched all the mics as like to sort of show how coronavirus is stupid, and then he got the coronavirus.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's absolutely.
kind of
it's
loving
like
some of the
it's like well, it's,
Schadenfreude.
yeah, exactly. Like that Gats guy.
Yeah.
who-
There's been some great coronavirus related
Yeah.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, I really hope, like Gats, like you were saying,
Yeah.
I really hope, because Trump was exposed, and Trump has been hemming and hawing and like being at the very most favorable. He's been inconsistent with his messaging.
Yeah.
It would be fucking amazing if that 70-some-year-old man caught coronavirus.
Yeah.
Nothing would
I
make
think,
me happy.
and I think a lot of people in Congress, especially how they're treating it right now. I know when we talked about it when it first came on the
Yeah.
radar, we were both pretty
Dismissive.
about it.
Yeah.
Because
We were wrong.
and the reason why is because it's one of those things that you hear about a bunch of times. You hear about it a bunch of times throughout your life. Oh, this is a brand new virus. This is a brand new virus, and you hear about it all the time,
Yeah.
and nothing ever comes of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one time in my lifetime where something really genuinely has come from it.
Yeah.
And it's a serious issue.
Yeah.
The thing that everybody's freaking out about is that they think they're all going to die from it.
Right.
And it's not that. It's that they want to try to just smooth out the bubble if people are going to get it. Chances are you're going to get it.
Right.
You're going to get it because it's transmissible and it's easily transmissible. And so the chances are you're going to get it. It's just they want to try to smooth that out so that you don't all get it at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
and
all it is. That's the
overload
only
the
reason
system.
why we're doing all this. That's
Yeah.
the only reason anybody. That's why everything's closed down. That's why all the things are canceled. It's not because everybody's afraid of it. It's because they're afraid of everybody getting it at the same time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And the recovery rates are pretty good. A lot of people that are younger, the recovery rates are much better. There's a lot of reasons to be a little optimistic about it. It's just that the feelings of that people have are like immediate, where it changes your schedule and everybody's just like, oh God, it fucking freaks me out. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the main problem. So
Well, it's just like it's not business as usual.
yeah,
You know,
we're creatures of habit,
yeah,
man.
everything is like, everything is closed and everything is like turned like it's weird to just turn off a society and
Yeah.
to start like watching the lights go
Sure.
off. And then like beyond that, like there's a lot of people who are like, fuck, like if you turn my lights off, like all those gig economy workers.
Yeah.
Like
oh
they're just
God. Yeah.
like
Speaking of which, we're gig economy workers, guys. So if you're not a patron, I don't know if you'll get a Gary farting anything tonight. But I will say this: if you're not a patron and you are in a secure position, we may be needing your help sooner rather than later. So. All you people out there, if you want to join on Patreon, you may be able to make Gary
wouldn't
fart
mind
later.
some
So
patrons.
that's
just
all we're
saying.
saying. That's all we're saying. I'm going to put on. I want to do an
Literally
overlay. I got to pick one. Which overlay? I'm going to
financially
do.
terrified.
I'll do the Patreon. I'm going to send a message for Patreon right now to the streams. Become a patron. There you go.
Yeah, Jen loves science. That graph showing smoothing the curve is a perfect example of science communication done right. It really is.
It really is. It
like
really
it's,
is.
It's just
Yeah.
immediately. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a great curve that basically has like time,
Yeah.
the number of cases, and then a dotted line. And the dotted line is how much capacity the medical system has. And it's like, even if the same number of cases occur, if they occur over a longer period of time with a lower spike, then they don't exceed our medical capacity.
Yeah.
But if they all happen like right away, I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Right.
Like it's
right.
you know,
Yeah. It's a rough
Yeah.
place to be.
it's like saying like I'm gonna spend my whole salary this year, but I can't spend it all between January and March because I haven't earned it all yet. So
But-
even though by the end of the year I will have earned and spent the same amount,
Yeah.
I'm fucked if my bills in February are the same, are in total the same as they would be January to December.
Yeah. That's true. And if I go to the strip club in January, I spend my entire year's salary.
That's a bad time to go.
I just make
You
it
just
rain.
came off of Christmas.
I make it rain because all I do is flick 3/4 out, and that's my entire salary, and then I'm done. The ladies kick me out. It's
I use
terrible.
that roll of quarters
Dudes too.
differently at the
Yeah.
strip club.
Dudes too. So,
God.
thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We're getting slowly. People are coming in.
Chat wanted to know what's on the table.
Oh,
Is
Chad
that
wants to know what's on the
and
table.
where do we
Sure.
get
Why
it?
don't you put the camera on me then,
There we
Ian?
go.
First one is fudgy. So this is
Fudgy
fudgy O's. These are double stuff, and it's 1F, double cream fudgies. Fudgy O's. And then we also have an caramel. This is from last week. These are going to have to get Thunderdomed out eventually. If we keep on not voting for caramel or what Tom has, show Tom.
Fuck.
Maple syrup candies.
No.
So if we keep doing this, then that's what we get. So
They're actually more interested in the Lysol.
oh, so these were $700. They kill 99% of viruses and bacteria, and they smell like lemons. They're delicious. And I bought them from a guy who was
They
selling
smell
them.
like lemons. They're delicious.
I bought them from a guy who was selling them out of the back of his car because you can't get them at the store.
Did you
anymore.
really?
No, I'm kidding.
That would be
I'm kidding.
amazing. That would be fucking amazing.
I got to turn this light on. Sorry, we forgot to turn this light on. We had an knowledge fight in the studio. So
I would love nothing else more than to be the guy who like owned Purell. That's one family. It's not like a public company.
Oh, God.
It's GKO. It's
Oh,
just like
God.
a family-owned company that owns
the amount
Purell.
of fat banks you fucking
Oh.
rolling in right now.
You'd be swimming in cash, which would be gross, but you could clean it with Purell.
Absolutely. Oh, we also have a thing of Purell too.
Yeah,
I don't
there
know
we
if you
go.
saw it. It's a tiny thing. I had to pay $700 for that too. So
My wife made hand sanitizer at home.
I
Like,
heard about that. Yeah, you can do it with like aloe and alcohol or something. Yeah. So
yeah, she made hand sanitizer twice in a row. She tried to give it to me to bring somewhere, like today for work. She's like, "Here you go. I made you hand sanitizer. You can bring it." I'm like, "Thank you," and I left it by my bedside.
nice. I
'Cause
gotta
I'm an
pick something.
idiot.
I'm gonna pick the maple, Tom.
Why? It's the grossest one.
What is happening? Got it.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna go with caramel then.
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Yes.
Oh, Maple's getting it.
I don't want to
Maple's
eat that.
getting it, guys. Maple's getting it.
That sounds literally terrible.
It does sound terrible.
A maple can. Oh god.
So everybody, let us know how the stream is looking tonight. If you have any messages, you can send them to Ian. Ian's in the chat. He'll always talk to you about stuff, and he always comments throughout. So we are going to cover a couple stories tonight, and they are
do it.
going to be coronavirus based. We have a Mark Taylor story. And we have a Cindy Jacobs story. Cindy Jacobs is so good. Why don't we start with Mark?
All right.
So Mark is going to be talking about the coronavirus and how it's a cover to carry out the mass arrests long promised by QAnon. Which I mean, I think we all figured that out before.
I'm really dumb.
We had already Tom and I already called this a while ago.
yeah.
I mean, it's obvious, right?
who wouldn't start a virus in Wuhan, China? To cover up mass pedophile arrested in America.
In America, yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. When you think about it and you say it like that, it totally makes sense.
Just like all these people like everywhere else in the world are like, that's a dick move.
Look, if you have an oversized map, a piece of string and 2 push pins, where do you put it? That's all I'm saying.
You got me.
Where do you put it? All
He's
right.
on the Mick files, by the way.
He's on the Mick files. Whew.
There's nobody uglier than Christopher
There really isn't. There really isn't.
Seriously.
He looks like the ghost of Christmas Corona. All right, let's do this. So here we go. This is
we should be drinking Corona.
We should
doing that. All right, here's what we're doing. We are the only beer allowed in studio until the pandemic is over is
Corona.
Yeah.
I think that's going to lose its luster once people start dying from it. More people. There's
so
already people
funny.
who died. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, this video is presented for educational purposes
only.
Yeah. They really do a COA on this, don't they?
They have started to. They're just off YouTube. They're on video, Vimeo, and just they're not going back.
It's Vimeo all day. Yeah.
Sorry.
We've learned through Q. We've learned through all of these things all this time. We've got the prophetic words that God's given us of what's good.
What the fuck do you need Q for then?
Well, Q is it's just one of the more. It's just another prophet. They're all prophets.
He's got to cite his sources, and he's got to have 3 sources. So he says, so that's what the teacher said, look, you've got to have 3 sources. So even if you are pulling it from a direct source, you've got to still say, okay, I checked these other 2 dumb sources.
And you have to follow the Chicago style manual when you're citing them. All right? Don't be fucking lazy.
It's not MLA. It's definitely Chicago manual style.
Result of this is going to be. I think what they're using, I could be wrong, but they're using this coronavirus as a cover to go in, shut places down, and go in and start making arrests.
They could just go in and arrest people. The police do that literally all the time. They don't even have to shut a place down. What? I've seen so many episodes of Cops when I lived with my dad. So many. And the police just show up and arrest somebody. It's not like they have to shut down the whole business. Like, whoa, we got to shut down all the schools in Ohio. Why? I don't know. I got to arrest somebody in Ohio. Fucking duh. Don't you know anything about what a letter said one time on the internet?
Could you imagine, like the amount of people that have to be involved in this conspiracy to get it to do this is immense.
Like all of them.
It's so immense. Like everybody in the CDC, every single person, every person sitting around that dumb table where Trump is all harumphy, sitting with his arms crossed and all pouty-faced.
So when you say science doesn't work using a series of magic beans that you grow into the sky to solve your problems. It's like we hired fucking like Orange Chris Farley to be president.
And the scientist says something. He says, "Remember that one time you said science? That was pretty cool."
Did you see the thing where he's like, my uncle, very great doctor, such a great doctor. I think I have the doctors all say, how are you so good at this? I must have a natural ability. Did you see that thing?
That's so embarrassing. That is so cringy.
He's at the CDC wearing a campaign hat, the Keep America, the CAG hat, the CAG hat.
CAG hat.
So he's wearing his stupid CAG hat, and he's at the CDC, and he's like, everybody who wants a test can get a test. We have a test. It's a beautiful test. And it's like, first of all, that's super not true. It's really hard to get a test. And like people who are like really sick and have good reasons to be like,
and people who also have really good reasons to be tested are
not getting tested. Yeah. So like it's super hard to get a test. South Korea got their first case the same day that we got our first case. They test 10,000 people a day. When I listened to the Daily, I think it was the other day, we've tested 8,500.
They had 8 the other day.
Yeah.
They took it off the website because they were just like, we can't do this. We can't tell you how many because it's embarrassing.
It's like there's just nobody getting tested. Like, well, we don't have a lot of cases. That's what happens. We don't test for cases.
Sure, yeah.
We like I don't have a lot of like dog attacks if I don't count the dog attacks.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
No, I could be wrong on this, okay? But
I am making it up
seems
after
to
all.
me,
Yeah.
Are they pulling these guys out like Matt Gaetz? Are they getting them out of D.C. for a reason? You know what I mean?
Are they getting mad? Yeah, for quarantine, motherfucker. That was fucking delicious, though. I would do the kiss your hands, but it's coronavirus. So I don't want to do it.
Can't do it now.
But you know what I meant.
You can blow a kiss to
you
your
know
own
what
hands.
I meant, though. Mwah.
It's harder to do.
Mwah.
Yeah,
It was
right,
amazing.
yeah.
It was fucking. It was a chef kiss. It was
So
so
good.
beautiful. Shows up like a
Chef
fucking
kiss.
douchebag, an epic douchebag in that fucking mask, and then within a couple of weeks, he's so fucking
Quarantined. He's quarantined. I hope that those people that are mocking this and that I hope everybody who was like, we should definitely disband the entire pandemic response team.
Yeah.
I hope they all get coronavirus now.
Yeah.
I hope all of them get coronavirus, and I hope their families get coronavirus, and they have to watch and be like, well, it makes me sad. It's like maybe you shouldn't have dismantled the this shouldn't happen team.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, they had every opportunity to keep it in there.
Right.
But they make cuts. And these are not deep cuts in the
No.
budget. They're symbolic cuts. That's the problem.
That's it.
Is they symbolically cut this as a way to sort of show how tough they are on the budget.
Yeah.
While giving $1 trillion in tax cuts to the wealthy, so that
It's smacking your kid around to show you're a tough parent. Like it's just counter fucking
genuinely
productive.
is.
I mean, because they're talking about maybe possibly shutting Congress down, and Pelosi saying, no, we're not shutting it down right now. That's up to the security of Congress or whoever it is, the system of Congress. And so there's a couple of scenarios that can play out here. They're pulling these guys out of D.C. right now, the good guys, and before they lock D.C. down, possibly.
They're pulling out the good guys. They pulled out like a handful of people.
It's like 5 people.
Is the suggestion that all the rest of them,
Yeah.
the 438 members of the House, are just like, all right, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 433.
Yeah.
You guys are all pedophiles.
Also, by the way, Ted Cruz is one of the good ones.
Yeah, right. What world is that?
How
What
does
world
that
is
even
that?
Uh-oh. I accidentally hit the wrong thing.
Oh, don't do that.
right now, the good guys, and
Nice
before they
job.
lock DC down, possibly, and go in and really start arresting people, I don't know. Or could they be sending these guys home, and then they lock DC down? That way, it's secure, and then they go get these guys to their houses. I don't
That's
know.
the same thing you said as the first scenario. What is the difference, seriously, between scenario 1 and scenario 2?
Well, they had different bullet points.
Did you?
But it's the same thing. You just copy pasted. He Control-C, Control-V.
Right, what the fuck is that?
100%.
2 scenarios. 1, this, the other, also this. I mean, you can pick whichever one
Yeah.
you want.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have that scenario, but I liked this so much that I kept this twice.
I'll give you any choice as long as you don't have a choice in your choices.
Oh, so good.
Speaking of choices, how are we doing on the food?
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see.
I
what
hope it's
people are
on
at.
caramel. That's
Come
what I
on,
want.
guys. You guys have better voted today. Where's the... Hey, Ian, put another vote in there real quick. Thanks.
Blazow.
Motherfuckers have better voted. What's going on? Why does it not... I don't want to vote again. I just want the results. There we go.
Maple, you motherfuckers.
Oh, you guys, there's
There's
gotta
only
be
56.
Yeah,
I'm not
only
eating
56.
a maple candy for 56
Only
votes.
56 votes. Come on,
That
guys.
sounds appalling. Is it a
Look,
hard candy?
what are you guys, youth voters for Bernie Sanders? What's going
Jesus,
on?
oh, fucking 11% of you assholes are voting. Oh, it looks like a fucking cough drop.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you can smell it through the plastic.
Put it back in there.
No, I'll keep it a touch.
Okay, all right. Good call.
Ugh. Drink Malort on this show.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
we
you
should
be a patron.
We should, yeah. If you become $1,000 an episode patron, Brian, we will drink Malort on the show.
Oh, God.
Fudgio are fantastic, huh? Well, good. Well,
All right, well, we'll probably never find out because people aren't voting for it.
75 people. Let's talk for a second about Super 2 Double Tuesday.
Double
The Double Tuesday. Biden walked away with a lot of votes there.
Michigan.
And one thing that I saw a lot of, which I thought was pretty disconcerting, was the time between Super Tuesday and the second, the Super Double Tuesday or Double Deuce or whatever you call it. There's a lot of people who were really upset that Liz Warren didn't endorse, and they tweeted a lot about Liz Warren's vote, but they never once bothered to ask the youth people to vote.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like to me, and I'm a Bernie guy. I'm a Bernie guy. I want Bernie Sanders to win. I want Bernie Sanders to be the next president of the United States. I really want that.
Yeah.
But what I've seen so far from the Bernie people has been a lot of projection and a lot of people saying, they're trying to rig it against us. They're trying to, you're just not getting the
Bullshit.
votes. You're
Just
not getting
vote.
the votes.
There's no rigging.
The problem is, I mean, I think one thing they didn't expect is how much people hate women.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all these states and you look at, I mean, Hillary was neck and neck with Bernie in a lot of states.
Yeah.
And Biden is not neck and neck with
he's
because he's crushing them. Because I think people they're just misogynists, and they just, even whether they're secret or not, or they're
maybe.
open, it doesn't matter. And maybe they just didn't like Hillary. That's another possibility, right? Because she is a woman, but she's also could be somebody
could be
who's
that people are not as excited about Bernie this time as last time. I'll be honest, I'm not as excited about Bernie this time. He's older. He's very old.
Yeah.
Biden's not young man either.
No, they're
So
both
that's a problem.
fucking old. They're both
That's
fucking
a fucking
old.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll be honest, I don't believe in Bernie as Bernie is only interesting to me if I think he's going to be an effective politician.
Yeah.
Without the youth vote revolution that he sort of...
You got to have that.
Then
you got to have this grassroots support.
What I see is somebody who will not be an effective politician.
It's so sad.
And I can't vote for somebody that won't be effective.
It's so sad that he doesn't have that youth vote behind him, which is the base that he should have to be pushing him.
That's what they sold. They sold this idea that there's this revolution.
It's such a sad thing.
Where's it at?
I want to believe that he can do something, but it's really looking, I mean, it's not looking so bleak. I mean, the last day was not a huge swing for Biden. There's still a chance for Bernie, right? You couldn't, but the problem is that you've got to motivate those people, those young people in those places. And I'm not saying that there isn't voter suppression either, because I know for sure there is voter suppression. But that would also be true
for
there's
Bernie voter suppression.
Let me finish what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm sorry.
The voter suppression is normally by the people for people of color.
Yeah.
And the people of color are overwhelmingly voting for Biden.
Right.
So I know people are trying to push a narrative that there's this huge voter suppression thing going on against Bernie. But I think, while there may be certainly votes suppressed, I think you've got to think about voter suppression in the sense of people of color are the ones who are very much victimized by voter suppression in this country. Way more so than like a college campus, which is where I would think you would get most Bernie voters.
Yeah, and I thought most of the voter suppression was not primary related. Like most voter suppression is the Republicans are suppressing the Democratic vote, but like that wouldn't relate to the primary.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's only a Democratic primary.
But don't they decide on where your districts are based on the national? It's not like they don't change my district for the primary than they do for the national.
No,
and wouldn't that be the same number of districts then?
Yeah. So, but so maybe I guess it depends on how the voter suppression is taking place. So, but yeah, I don't see how the voter suppression would affect Bernie at all.
Yeah.
I think it should work in his advantage.
It should, because there were people of color in Houston or whatever that had to wait 7 hours to vote in the primary.
Yeah.
So there was, I know that there was some people in North Dakota. There was big long lines there. They were showing big long lines across the country, which shows, fewer voting places, more turnout. Yeah. Which that's just a symptom of that, and that's going to be the thing that happens. But I just want to say that the youth have to. I mean, if that's who his base is, the youth have to come out and vote. You have to get out there and do it, and don't blame somebody else for the people not voting for Bernie. He didn't have a good enough message, or he couldn't motivate people to do it. Yeah. What was the thing that we heard so much about people? You got to excite me. You got to excite me. How many times did we hear that? Over the last 3 years, we've heard people say, you've got to excite me with this candidate. It's got to excite me. It's got to excite me. Well, let me tell you something. Bernie's not exciting people then. If that's the case, if what you've been saying all this time is true, then Bernie's not exciting people enough.
Yeah, 11%. The voter turnout is between 11 and 13% on the youth vote. That is appallingly low. That's pathetic. It's non-existent. It's not demographically significant.
And how huge that group is. The two groups.
It's a massive
two groups, the millennials, which are older than the youngest vote now, by 10 plus years. They're voting. They were voting low too, and so were the young voters, which are like 18 to 30. They were abysmally low.
Yeah, they're not even there.
Yeah,
and like the thing is, like all the demographic power is in the millennials. The millennials now surpass the boomers. So like, there's no excuse. You cannot make the excuse that like, it's the boomers. Fuck you. It's not the boomers. There's less boomers.
Yeah. You know how you silence? You know how you silence the boomer vote? Go vote, young people. That's how you silence the boomer vote.
That's like, it's seriously the same thing as being like, the boomers keep beating me in this arm wrestling competition because I'm not flexing my muscles.
Yeah.
Fucking flex your muscle, you pussies.
Yeah.
There's more of you. You're bigger and stronger. That's how That's fucking how demographic power works.
Could you imagine too if they did go out and show their muscle and show their ability? How many other blue people? How many other blue senators and congressmen there would be?
Yeah,
it would be a huge shift.
It would change the whole country.
Shift. There's plenty of youth voters in all the places where there's toss-ups, and there's plenty where there's Republicans that are leaning. Right? There's plenty. You could win 8-9 seats if it was a real revolution.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing is a kind of a lazy revolution. You know, I don't care how many memes you post on Facebook and Twitter. If you don't get out and vote, it didn't matter.
Yeah, you don't count. Like, there's no such thing as a protest where you don't vote. You didn't protest. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at the guy who does not exercise power and saying, what do we do? That's not how this works. And you see it keep not working that way. The more you do that, the more it doesn't help you.
Yep.
Like, it's a bullshit. And that whole idea, like, you got to motivate me to vote. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fucking vote.
Let
like,
me
you
tell
have a
you,
goddamn obligation to live in a civil society.
If you're not motivated by the fact that you got to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I don't know what the fuck
else does people have to do? Does somebody have to get out and fucking give you a fucking hand job tugging you along the whole way?
What the fuck you have to do to wake people up from that? The idea that we're going to be losing possibly 2 more seats has got to wake people up. It's got to wake people up.
How fucking entitled is it to be like, I have no obligation to society as a whole.
Yeah.
Even though I live in this society, I have no obligation to society as a whole.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sorry, I wanted to do another.
That's all right. Do it again.
I'll do another one in a second.
Whoa.
Oh, it blew up. We can hear it now, guys.
Oh, it sounds
that's
good.
Crazy. So I'm going to do a Facebook one. Here we go.
All right. Oh.
I'll make a little sound. Poof. It's a poof sound.
There's a whole little reaction.
All right, guys, we're going to try this soon. Here we go.
Here we go.
So 86 votes. Maple it is.
God damn it. At least it gets it off the table.
And we are going to try chocolates in a second. Do you want to try the chocolates first or the...
Chocolates first.
Okay, so here we go. So
All
we got a message. This came in from the UK. This came in very nicely wrapped, and I'm going to read this message.
All right.
This came in, and to be honest, the UK person probably isn't in stream. I'm going to put it on stream, but my suspicion is the UK person is not on stream.
11:04 in the morning or something.
Yeah, it's super early. So I'm going to read this. Let me get my glasses, everybody. I'm old. I need my glasses, wherever they went to. If I put them on my head, I don't remember what I did with them. There they are. All right. So here we go. Dear Glory Holers, here is the chocolate I provided. It is probably it is probably the best to keep it in the refrigerator before consumption. We could not do that because it was in the delivery room downstairs, but it's a chilly place in Chicago, so enjoy already. Cheerio, pip pip from the motherland, and the name is LSM. And they
Nice.
said, please forgive my scrawl. I'm partially sighted. I have to say this is way better handwriting. I'm going to cover up the person's address. Way better handwriting than I can do. I don't know if we can see that.
That's 1,000 times better than my handwriting.
I can't. You're just seeing yellow paper. I'm sure of it. I'm sure you're just seeing yellow. I can barely.
Yeah, it's blown out.
Sorry, it's blown out, guys. But I would say it's way better than my handwriting. Now, these chocolates are from
they're fancy.
They're
looking.
fancy chocolates. These are from
Look at that.
a baker probably there. William Curley, Patissier.
Oh, I definitely want these before that maple.
And so I'm gonna slowly.
Ooh.
It's like I'm taking
Unwrap
off the
it,
lingerie of the box here.
Unwrap that.
How you
chocolate.
doing? How you doing there? Oh,
Open
look at how
that
cute.
box.
So let me move this.
That's
let me move
right.
this.
Crinkle it into the microphone.
Okay, so I am gonna reach over here and toss a couple up. That's mine. There you go, T-Dog.
All right. Ooh,
I don't know what mine is. Tom looks like he's got a salted caramel.
What's that gonna do?
Here
Cheers.
we go. Cheers. This is caramel too. Oh, that's fucking outstanding. That's an excellent chocolate.
Mine is coconut, and it is wonderful.
Oh, these are so good. Wow. I gotta say, this William Curley, that dude knows what he's doing. That's a delicious chocolate.
It's fine.
I've got to say, thank you so much for sending those in.
Wow.
Wow.
That doesn't make me angry at all. Man.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
So we're going to try these maple candies. I got to get a drink, though, real quick. I'm going to wash my mouth out real quick.
It smells bad to me.
All right, so these are shaped like a little maple leaf.
I think they're kind of adorable.
They're super cute.
And they have a really nice color.
Is Jay here? Jay, are you still in chat? All right, there's Jay. Touch them, Cecil, so you can keep them. All right, so here we go.
And yes, chat, I'm going to try it too.
No. I don't like the way it tastes at all. It
Tastes like a cough drop. These are perfect for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
These are like, do you remember Ludmans or whatever?
Ludens, right?
Ludens?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have to eat the whole thing, right? I can't be consumed. I mean, like, this would be wonderful, though, to be fair. If I had a sore throat and I was sick and I hated all of my waking life, this would be okay.
It's a small can of Coke. I'm not that big.
Oh.
And so I could put my penis up against the Coke and make it look like my penis is really large. That's why I drink this tiny can of Coke.
God damn, that's porn star
I did
Coke.
wash my mouth out with Coke. I didn't have anything else. What was I going to do?
It's like porn star hands. Like, it just makes it look bigger.
Yeah. It's the camera angle.
All right.
And the camera lens. And the post editing. That's what
And
makes it.
and the prosthesis.
And if you want a prosthesis, you can go to adamandeve.com, type in Glory at checkout. You get 50% off almost any item, free stuff, and free shipping. So check it out, glory at adamandeve.com.
Everybody might have some more free time at home.
Did you see?
And what better way to spend your time at home than fucking?
Absolutely. Did you see that Pornhub gave a premium subscription to all of Italy?
Really?
Yeah. And then they donated the proceeds of something. I don't know.
Did
what.
they really?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. All right, we have one more to do, guys. We're going to do one more. Oh, we have one more here. Let's see. Anything else in here in chat? People making? All right, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
This is Cindy Jacobs, and we love Cindy Jacobs on this show. Cindy Jacobs is kind of awesome. Christian prophet Cindy Jacobs declares coronavirus illegal because of Jesus.
Well, that's of course.
So I'm gonna start this, pause it, and see if I can make it as big as the screen. Let's see. All right, perfect.
Her voice, what a voice! We just listen to this thing.
Yeah.
What a voice to be in the public eye.
She has a really great voice. She
Just-
has a wonderful, great
My
voice,
God.
and the best Karen hair I've ever seen on anybody.
She is speaking to the manager.
She will absolutely call the manager
Yeah.
over. She wants to have a talk. She wants to have a talk. Okay, here we go.
We're going to decree that the coronavirus will cease worldwide. Now, what's going to happen? I don't know if everybody will get healed. I don't know. We're praying. We prayed for vaccines. We prayed.
Wait, why if everybody could just be healed, why do you have to go through the vaccines?
Right.
It's a year. It's going to be a year for a vaccine at least.
Well, I gotta make the vaccine. Like, it's not like the scientists are gonna wake up and there's just gonna be like a nicely wrapped box of vaccine and like a handwritten note by a blind god who's like, I made this vaccine for you.
Hey, y'all, made this vaccine.
Well, you still gotta make it. You know, I'll fix the problem if you do all the work. That's my line.
It's 2 parts Malort, 1 part vodka,
Oh, a Chicago handshake.
and
we learned
one
it.
and one kick in the balls.
It's Pabst Blue Ribbon and Malort.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
Oh.
It's foul.
For Israel, we've heard they have vaccines. We have people interceding across the face of the earth. Listen, intercessors have been going to Wall Street. I mean,
And that worked out so well.
Hey,
What the fuck have they been doing there?
Wall Street it plunged. Wall Street has not collapsed worse than this since the 1987 stock crash. They keep having to turn off Wall Street. There's seriously a circuit breaker mechanism by law called there's an oh shit switch. And every day this week they're like, nah!
Problem is that they keep calling Comcast and Comcast says, did you restart the router? Did you restart the router? Because if you restart the router, everything will be fine, and everything's not fine. What they did is they sent intercessors there, but they sent them with those 2 sticks that they land planes with. And it's just like, sorry. Next time we'll just send a big stop sign.
Bad call on
Whoops.
that one.
Yeah, that was all right. That's on me.
It's
That's
like
on
they
me.
sent intercessors who showed up and then sold their stock while they were there.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
this is all over. I have to tell you, intercessors are on this. I just want to thank you, intercessors.
Yeah, so gather in a giant church together.
God.
All you old people.
I love that. Thank you. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, like, there's no way I would be in this room.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry. I fucking love it.
There's no way I would be in this room either.
What are you kidding
Oh
me?
my God.
Hey, you know what we should all do? We should all get together in a giant. The CDC's literally saying, "Don't do this."
Yeah. You got the fucking cast of Cocoon 3 here. Fucking croak.
Well, you know the intercessors are on it.
Yeah, don't
so
worry,
that'll
you're
work.
good, you're
Yeah,
good.
that and a gas mask will get you a quarantine.
That and a Wolverine beard.
To the world. You haven't slept through this. You have been very, very active. And we're going to...
Now you haven't done any fucking good. You've been very active, but the goddamn thing is spread to 60 countries. It's a goddamn global pandemic. 100,000+ people at least are infected. But you've really done your part.
You've done your part.
How bad would
Bravo.
it be without the
Goodness
intercessors?
gracious. Could you imagine?
Fucking
I
hell.
mean, the stock market would be
Just backwards.
Actually, it'd probably be right where it's at.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
How much comfort is this if you're like one of the thousands of dead? You're just like,
Exactly.
What did I do?
What if one of your, because that happened in Seattle or whatever, they like ran rampant in that one
Nursing home.
Could you imagine if somebody was watching that or they're a fan of Cindy Jacobs or whatever, and she's talking about, we stopped it, or you're like, well, fucking didn't save grandma.
Right.
Grandma's passed away because of this, My friend in Italy or whatever, there's people dying all over the all over the world.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry you drowned in your own lungs,
Yeah.
but the intercessors are on it.
are on it. Don't worry.
What God will heal those affected. We want comfort for those who have lost family members.
Which wouldn't be
Well,
necessary
yeah,
if God just did his thing.
If he just did it better.
Right.
If he was just better at being perfect, it would be all better.
Why would God give you a virus and then make him cure it for you? Like, what? Like, what the fucking world are you talking about? I poisoned you, but I'll give you the antidote. Just don't poison me, asshole. What the fuck? It's like I poisoned you and like some of your fingers fell off.
Thing is I've been eating a lot of iocane powder my whole life. And so
Pray, here we are about Seattle area because we know that there's more deaths going on there. And so, Father, in the name of Jesus, you have promised we have all authority, not some authority. You have promised that we are seated with you.
she is totally talking to the manager right now.
Right.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
100% talking to the manager.
I like the way she starts off like, you said this
You
would work,
said it was
motherfucker.
true.
This is like a little like, if this doesn't work, asshole.
This is one of those, there's a lot of people, and I imagine chat has a lot of these people where there's something that happened tragic in their life or something that could be happening where they, like it's a changing point in their life, and they've prayed, right? Because they used to be religious. They prayed and they said, you've got to make this happen. And that was a changing point for them because God didn't hear their prayer.
Right.
God didn't do anything about it. God was like, fuck you. Like, because I'm not here.
Yeah. Like,
Hey, guess what? I'm not here. So cool.
I hit the snooze
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't exist. You were talking to yourself. So I don't know if you knew that. It's hard to break it to you like this. I didn't mean to. But you were talking to yourself. When you were in that really vulnerable moment, you were talking to yourself.
You probably should have noticed
Yeah.
I wasn't going to help when all those
Yeah.
kids get cancer all the
Yeah.
time and die, and there's like a parasite that infests people's eyes for, I don't know, no reason. You probably should have figured out that I wasn't going to help.
Right. Yeah. The parasite eye thing, you should have had that. Also, look over your shoulder. There's only one set of footprints. That was you. That was you the whole time. Footprints were you.
It's just,
Yeah.
think about it for just
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
It's just your footprints.
Yeah.
All right.
I am curious. Does anybody, you can't hear it all that well? Louder,
Yeah,
please?
I was just at the end. It was a little bit
I can't turn it
quieter.
up any louder than that, guys. I'm sorry. That's the maximum. You see the maximum here? I don't know if you can see this. Like, go ahead and put it on the screen, Ian. You guys can see this. That's the loudest I can get. Let me put it on there.
There
This
we go.
here.
That's
That's it. I can't do any more. I've got it up to 11. Spinal Tap 11 on this bitch, and I can't get her any louder. So we'll be done with it. I'm sorry. It's low for us too. So I
They
apologize.
really like the band in chat.
Yeah, the problem is that the band is tuning her out. The band is loud and it's coming through her mic. They don't have a good enough system there to sort of filter out the mic, so it's coming through her mic too.
Maybe they're just doing it on purpose. Maybe they're just tired of Cindy Jacobs shit.
Yeah. I wonder, did anybody in chat ever have that moment where they've had a turning point in their life, prayed, and then realized they were talking to themselves? Does anybody in chat ever have that happen to them? Because I know for sure that happened to me. So it's not a fun place to be.
Where you
That's for
realize
sure.
like, oh,
you're
fuck.
like, fuck, I was talking to myself this whole time? Damn
Yeah.
it, that sucks. But you
Did you realize it in the moment or kind of
it was
retrospectively?
it was in retrospect. It was in retrospect. It wasn't
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah. That would be a tough thing in the moment if you like had that like
Yeah.
going away from Jesus moment in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, nah, all right.
Yeah. Somebody says G says when I was 14. Other people saying yep. Carrie says yep. Mia says yes. 100% Zweed. Zweedzy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You guys have weird
Had a lot of
usernames.
those.
A lot of
Yeah.
people saying yes. Raised atheist, Steven. Okay. Yeah, thinking back, it's in retrospect, Yeti in the woods. It's in retrospect that I look back on it and say, my God, I can't believe I was talking to myself at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it felt like, because it feels real to you.
Yeah.
It feels like you're connecting to something else, but you're just connecting to yourself. You're just reaching
Did you
out
ever
to yourself.
pray for something and then it happened and then you felt vindicated?
Yeah. So when I was young, maybe 11, my dog got real sick, and I remember praying that my dog would get better. My dog got better because I had a vet.
Yeah.
Turns out the vet knew what he was doing, and he got the dog better. The end.
But did you feel like
I felt like
something
I
was
felt
an
like I
intercession?
felt like it was my prayer was answered.
Okay.
I did feel like my prayer was
Yeah,
answered.
okay.
In retrospect, I look back on it and say that vet was fucking baller. He knew what
Yeah.
was up. He knew what to do. He saved my dog's life. My dog was super sick.
Yeah.
My dog was sick to almost died. Had to stay in the vet's care for a week. I mean, that's a long time.
That's a
for an
long
animal
time.
to stay somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it was a long time, and I was very sad about it, and I was broken up about it, and I was I remember praying and I remember after the fact, 10 years or so after the fact, being like, well, what on one hand you have a highly skilled veterinarian,
Right.
On the other hand, you have some dumb kid who's saying, please help my dog.
Yeah.
And so
I remember I prayed when I was a little kid, and I went to live with my dad, and I missed living with my mother, and I prayed all the time to be able to move back. And like I just wanted to move back, like I missed my mom, I want to move back. I'm glad it didn't happen. She's a train wreck. But like I used to pray for her all the time, and eventually I just kind of stopped doing it because it just kept. I prayed for the same thing
at a
all
certain
the time.
point, it's not going to happen.
And
so,
like
yeah.
it'd be like I would just realize I was just sad and wishing for something to be different, and
yeah.
I was just like, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so then
That's the
it's
thing
just-
what it is it's a way to, there's a reason why some people play the lottery is
Yeah.
so that they can daydream, right?
Right.
They don't think they're going to win it.
That's why I do it.
But they want to daydream. They
Yeah.
want to daydream about what it's like to win a lot of money. So that's why they'll play. And I think prayer's a lot like that.
Yeah.
Prayer feels like that, where you want to have a daydream, where
Right.
you want to dream about something, or you want to take the anxiety off of existential anxiety, right? You
Right.
want to take that shave that anxiety off. There's a lot of reasons why people do it. So we're gonna wrap up soon. I wanna let people know that the streams may or may not continue, depending on how things work in the globally and how things work out with quarantines and whatnot. We may be moving quickly to an Italy model. Who knows?
Right.
So we don't know where we're at. We're gonna, for the time being, we're gonna continue to do the live streams as long as we can. But we will let you know that day whether or not something is going to happen and if we have to cancel. So please keep that in mind. Watch the social networks and double check to make sure. We'll let you know, hopefully sooner rather than later, to let you know whether or not we'll be recording. Tom may have to record from home. I may have to record from home. We may have to forsake the studio for a little while until quarantine gets lifted. But we are prepared to continue bringing a show to you. We just might not be prepared to be bringing the live stream. Yeah. I also want to tell people too. One thing I want to mention is that people deal with anxiety a lot differently than everybody just deals with anxiety differently. And I want people to be empathetic to how people are dealing with anxiety. Yeah. Some people laugh about it. Tom and I are laughers. We laugh about anxiety. We laugh if we get anxious. Tom and I are constantly laughing.
We've been at
jokes.
funerals together and laughed.
Yeah,
for people we've loved.
Yeah, we're cutting jokes.
Yeah.
So that's how we deal with it. But other people may cry. Other people may want to disconnect. Other people may want to, my suggestion to you is be empathetic to everyone around you right now who's going through some anxiety over what's happening in our world, and give them the space or give them the hug or give them the thing that they need to help cope with this anxiety. I know that there's a lot of people with anxiety out there about what's happening. Another thing I'm going to tell people is get off social media and don't just freak yourself out, because you can freak yourself out really easily by just reading headlines about this, by just reading Facebook articles about this. just try to limit yourself a little bit there, because if you are feeling anxiety, that's a way to deal with it. And I wanted to mention that just for people. I personally am not super anxious about what's happening right now, but I am in the jokey phase. Yeah. Right. So I just wanted to let people know, give people space. Everybody be safe out there. Wash your hands. It's not for you. It's for other people. Okay. Pretend you are infected. Just all the time pretend you're infected and you could hurt people around you. So always washing your hands. And you should just be washing your hands anyway, you dirty motherfuckers. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I had a conversation this week with a friend of mine that has primary immune deficiency. So she basically has like no functioning immune system. Yeah. And I was telling her about, we were talking about her concerns, and I was expressing my empathy around that with regard to her safety. And I'm like, I had a meeting downtown, and like I had to go push the button for the elevator. And I'm like, I'm in a 40-story building, and I'm pushing this button. I'm like, there's probably 1,000 people push this same button today. And she's like, I live with that every day.
Every day.
She's like, my whole life is that all the time. And like I thought about that, and I thought like, man, like it's for people like that. It's for people like grandma. Like we have an obligation to them, even if we think we're going to be well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll hopefully talk to you next week. Hopefully we'll be recording next week. The live stream next week on Monday. Knowledge Fight guys were in studio with us. So check out the show. We talked about Alex Jones. We had a lot of fun, and you should check it out. It's going to be releasing Monday earlier for patrons. That is going to wrap it up, guys. So we're going to wave and say so long. I think it's straight here. There you go. Straight over here. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Nope. Now we're this way. Now it's changed. Bye, everyone.
Fuck
Stop
it. We'll
changing the fucking channel,
Camera.
Ian. What the fuck? I'm still waving over here like an asshole.
I'm not waving anymore.
I can see. All right.
God damn it.
I can see everything.
God damn it. Like an asshole.
Okay. Hold on.
Are we still going? Peace.
Yes.
Sup?
Wait for it.
Bye,
I thought
everyone.
this said Pence for a second.
Wait for it.
Peace. I'm just going to keep saying
Wait for
peace
it.
over and over again.
Yeah, just keep saying.